Hi, John Michael Bliss here again for Grow, Love, and Expand. So we're going to talk today a little bit. We talked about like how to develop your intuition in the last video, and I'm going to talk about sort of the future. Is it actually set, or some people think it's predetermined? It's already been set up, um, but is the future set? And the answer is actually no, it is not. There's probabilities of outcomes. You know people when they say, well, I go to a psychic and they predicted this and this didn't happen. Well, because there's a probability of an action that is generated based on a probability of your actions in the past that might dictate a action in the future. So there's a probability that this could occur, but because of free will, we always have the chance to alter that course. You see? And so what happens here is this, okay? When you're so you're going to be born into this physical world, all right? There's a reality that occurs in the etheric realm. Your higher self, which is you, okay? You, let's say, okay, you pass on and you do a life review and you go, well, geez, what's the best thing to do? Probably to go back, okay? And so now you're going to get reborn. We'll talk about the whole death process in another video. So you're going to be reborn. So what is it that you'd like to accomplish, right? A lot of times we're born into the same family. And what I mean by that, the soul family. It could be a different, mother, brother, sister, father, these kinds of things. But you've probably have intertwined with them once before in this soul family, just because it's easier for the interaction to occur. And your higher self is you're going to design a plan, okay? And you're going to, and how we're going to achieve this. And we're going to say, okay, this is what is going to occur in this particular lifetime. Okay, this is what we're looking to accomplish, right? And then something happens when we're born. We go through the canal. We just have this. We're one of the only species actually that totally forgets who we are when we're born. We have this amnesia. And if you're to say, well, you're connected to a greater whole, most people have no clue that they are. Most people have no idea that they come from something greater than what they originally thought. I mean, you look at almost every animal and they're instinctual. They know who they are, right? They do what they do. Whereas humans, sometimes we just don't, right? We go in direct opposite of that which we came from, and we spend a lifetime trying to get it back, right? And ultimately, that's the goal. So when we have this sort of plan that we come into, they always say God knows everything, right? Well, here's why, okay? So you're born, you have this certain, and you're not following this plan. So what does it do? So you very rarely ever are going to talk to your higher self, okay? Because the energy is so strong, because that's your true self. It's the expansiveness of everything, okay, which is almost very difficult for humans to even comprehend. So you very rarely ever will. You're going to deal with guides, angels, spirit guides, these kinds of things, okay? So this is what happens. Let's say you have a destination or an idea of something that you'd like to do or achieve by, let's say, a certain linear space, like by, let's say, 40, okay? And you're going about your life and you just simply haven't got there. So your higher self is going to work with your spirit guides and your angels to see, okay, what is the best way for this to occur, okay? So what they're going to do is this. So it's almost like, if think about this, the best way to describe it really is the matrix. So we're in the physical world, it's kind of like the matrix. The etheric world, they're going to work out all these different scenarios, okay? It's like a software program, okay? They're going to say, okay, if they did this, if we brought this person in, if we brought that person in, if they made this right turn instead of the left turn, and they worked out every possible scenario, because you got to understand, over there's no time, right? So they can do this, and they work out every possible scenario that could possibly happen, and then they go, okay, higher self, the higher self goes, okay, this is the best probability for this particular outcome to achieve this particular goal, and then they just hit enter. Boom, that gets like uploaded, okay? A lot of times in your sleep, a lot of times when people have restless sleep, is because a lot of times they're being uploaded. You leave your body when you sleep. You don't know it. A lot of times when you wake up and you feel that I can't get up, it's because you woke up prior to actually fully coming back into the body. That happens a lot. You know, you feel like, I just can't move. You're in that between state. That's all that really is, okay? And so now this gets downloaded, okay? Because they hit enter and they go, okay, here's the best probability, okay? And then they just sit and wait. And your guides go, okay, so we're going to help direct this. We're going to help move this. We're going to bring this in. So here's a good analogy. So this particular event's going to occur. He's going to get in his car. He's going to drive down the street and he's going to go right. It's the best way to do it. No, he goes left. And they go, uh-oh, he went left, right? And so they go, okay, see, everything is fixable. We can always work out other scenarios, but he went left instead of turning right, or she went left instead of turning right, whatever. And you go, uh-oh, what does that do? A whole other course of events now come into play, right? Because your free will, for whatever reason, you went against what was in your best and highest good. You had a feeling to turn, but you went the opposite direction. You don't know why. It's like your brain got in the way of your heart. Something, maybe a logical thought came in, and that overrid the heart. And now we're going, okay, all right, they went left, they went left, they went left. Okay, so now what do? They're up there, and they're doing ultimate realities again. Okay, we got to get them back on course. We got to get them back on course because it said by 40 wants to have this occur. So, okay, we're going to get them back on course, blah, 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 blah. They work out all these scenarios once again. Bam, they hit enter. Boom, the guides go down. They help. Okay, and so they'll put this in your way to make you turn right. And let's say then you turn left again, right? And you're like, all right. Okay, so this goes on and on and on. See, right instinctually might have been the best for your best and highest good. But for whatever reason, you turn left, right? And so it doesn't matter. Like they say, time is irrelevant. Well, time really is irrelevant because there is no such thing as time. It's a linear aspect of humankind, right? So therefore, everything can be fixed at any time. Other people will say, well, it's too late. No, it's not ever too late. Ever, ever, ever is it not ever too late, okay? Because anything can always be fixed. And things could roll really, 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 really super fast because for whatever reason, now you're 39 and you decide to go right. Boom, 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 boom. Things start happening. You're going, oh my God, things happen so fast. And it's like, no, it's actually been building up for quite some time. So the future isn't set, right? There's a probability of reality that could occur that is for your best and highest good. And if we understood that when we were in tune with ourselves, which we talked into a later video about knowing yourself, right? Being in tune with yourself, then you're going to turn right. Because you're instinctively going with that which is your best and highest good, right? So the future is not set, okay? We have free will. We can alter our course. Doesn't always necessarily mean it's the best course, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean it's the wrong course, okay? Do you get what I'm saying? Anything can be fixed, right? And people always say, well, this is everything's happened for a reason. No, not always, okay? It's not that everything happens for a reason. It's that anything can be fixed. You didn't have to take that route. You chose to, and now we can use this to learn from it, right, for a possible event sometime in the future or a linear reality, right? To, okay, reflect on this past event in order to help us make a decision for our best and highest good. See, we can utilize anything, fix anything, and get everything back on course. Now, here's another part, right? Sometimes people have events happen in their life, lose their job, lose their house, something blows up in their life, and they're set for a quandary. A lot of times that happens is because you said and you agreed that by 40 you wanted this to occur no matter what. And your higher self says, okay, they want this to occur, so we're going to make it happen. Whether they want it to or they don't, they did sign the agreement saying they want this to happen by time 40. Boom, get a divorce, lose a job, move, change cities, change states, bam, 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 things happen. And you're like, it throws your whole life into an uproar. But then if you look at it a year, 2 years, 3 years later, you're like, it's exactly where you wanted to be all along, you see? But because you were so opposite and so unaware of self, they had to, bam, hit you was something so dramatic that it was going to make you make this change, right? And see, that's what happens sometimes in our lives. Sometimes there's events that are going to occur at a particular frequency of time, okay? And no matter what, it's going to happen because you, believe it or not, said you want it to occur, even though you may not be aware of it. And that's why sometimes things happen in our life that are unexpected, okay? But a lot of these unexpected events are there because it's getting us back on our path, okay? So with John Michael Bliss, Grow, Love, and Expand, that's a little kind of an insight to how the future is not set. You can change your reality, and you always have that free will choice. But we will say, get in touch with yourself. Start to trust the heart more than the logical brain. The logical brain is there just to help facilitate what the heart wants, okay? And the more we get in tune with that, the more we're going to be on our best and highest good for our path, okay? John Michael Bliss here for Grow, Love, and Expand. Please like and share. Spread the word if this rings true to you. You are truly wonderful. I thank you so much for watching, and you have a great, wonderful rest of your day.